I brought her into this madness. She goes, what? Why am I the target? What did I do? I said, you're my friend. What else you want? You play basketball. They think you're a man. I don't know. She's a damn good basketball player. She can beat any guy there is. I love it.
What message of love and life did she give you, Kim?
Oh my God, it is countless. I'm glad you mentioned it because I am finally getting that out. I'm writing a book, Whitney and Me. We had a life.
Wow.
You know, she was my sister, and it's always hard to talk about her. I miss her so very much, especially during the holidays. She was she was filled with laughter and so much joy. I miss her every day. You know, recently we just funeralized her precious mother. And the only reason, you guys, that I am able to release this book from the loyalty of me and Whitney's friendship and sisterhood, she asked me to promise her, and she promised to me before she left that we would not put these books out with the details of what it is we know until we could. And I'll just say this, now I can.
Give it a minute. People have been divided ever since Robin Crawford published her book about her friendship and apparent close relationship with Whitney Houston. Kim Burrell recently came out with some major tea and revealed the truth about Whitney Houston's lesbian affair. People have been saying that Whitney would still be with us today if she had been free to be herself and not feel pressured to fit into a portrayal that didn't reflect her true self. But not everyone is buying that, because Whitney's relatives, including her ex-bodyguard, didn't have a lot of good things to say about Robin and their relationship. Now, with Kim Burrell's remarks about Robin and Whitney chilling, it appears that Robin didn't truly have the kind of close relationship. Whitney was trying to persuade the world, but nobody anticipated that in 2025, someone would write another book about her. As of the release of this video, Whitney has been gone for 13 years. And people have been griping about the vultures that have been following her around her entire life, still searching for any opportunity to. Despite the fact that she isn't here to defend herself, she made it apparent in her interview with Wendy Williams that she was very protective of her private life and didn't want to divulge any more details than what the public already knew.
Ask me no questions like I'm a child. Y'all want to know what I'm doing all the time. I don't give a shit about what you're doing all the time. You are so nosy, man. You don't even know what I do. Like you said, you never met me. You don't know me. You ain't been in my house. You don't live with me. You don't sleep with me. You don't do shit with me but talk about me. So watch what you say. Watch what the you say. And if I was really like back in the day in North, I'd meet you outside. I'd meet you outside. But I'm a lady.
But Whitney's desires were not honored. And as soon as she died away, a number of her loved ones published books and thought pieces that revealed parts of her life that she had never wanted to discuss, thus breaking her trust. The executive of Pat Houston Whitney's estate and her sister-in-law have written a book on how she got money from a Whitney. Too soon after her mother's death, Bobby Christina was propelled into the spotlight by a documentary and even a reality show called Houston. Whitney's valuables, including her first passport, one of her Grammy and Emmy statues, and a few really personal artifacts, were put up for auction since Pat's actions were so pathetic and unclassy. The wedding gown owned by Whitney Patricia's money-hungry tactics continued after people began to point out that she was an opportunist. She attempted to use a hologram to put Whitney on tour and released an album with all of her published songs, as if Whitney hadn't spent her entire career breaking her back to carry her entire career. Family. Additionally, Bobby Brown produced a book and a movie that revealed more about Whitney's life and verified that she and Robin had an intimate relationship in the past, despite Whitney's repeated denials of the rumors when the matter was brought up to her. In his book, he wrote, "I believe that if Robin could have been accepted in Whitney's life and remained close to her, despite the fact that her name has been brought up numerous times and that there have been numerous accusations made against her, Whitney would still be alive today. Robin has never addressed any of these issues or appeared in an interview with any platform. It seemed as though she was the only person who genuinely respected Whitney's right to privacy and was prepared to take their secrets to the grave. Since she began doing interviews to promote her song, Book a Song for You My Life, many facts were known by everyone. Whitney Houston
told me, she asked me to love her. If you love me unconditionally. And she was worth it. So I strived for that.
Since she only identified Robin as a friend and not Maury, she blew the lid off her connection with Whitney, confirming that they were actually lovers and disclosing some details that Whitney didn't want the public to know.
Is not gay. That is a story on that. I'm particular, that's all. I'd rather wait, instead of spreading myself too thin. I don't know why people think that you have to be, running around with every Tom, Dick, and Harry there is. I was not raised that way. I just wasn't. Nobody in my family was. My mother didn't rear me like that, so that is the basis for that. But Whitney is not gay. The only gayness I feel is when I'm happy, honey, that's it.
The internet was split on Robin's book because some people thought that Whitney's story was also Robin's story after others accused her of talking about Whitney. So Robin had every right to tell the truth. However, others thought that this was just a ploy and that Robin and Whitney might not have had a close enough relationship for her to pull off such a stunt. In order to make amends by publishing this book, Whitney offered Robin automobiles and other luxuries and paid to protect her secret from being disclosed. But they were never going to discuss that aspect of her life. Like the other characters in her book about Whitney Kim Burrell, Robin not only betrayed Whitney's confidence, but also made money off of it. She also disclosed that they had an intimate relationship at one point, although it wasn't as. Whitney was reluctant to make the book public, and Kim had to wait until Whitney's mother, Houston, passed away before she could release it in her later years, since it wasn't as easy or seamless as Robin would have everyone think. Whitney had a sisterhood with Kim and frequently confided in her while she was struggling.
Kim Burrell came and sang for me, and she is a gospel singer, and that is her field, and she is one of the great voices of gospel of our time.
She's my dearest friend, and she's a fantastic singer and fantastic nightlife.
And Whitney's friendship with Robin, particularly after she made the decision to eventually leave, was one of the things that truly disturbed her. Although Whitney missed Robin, she understood that they needed to break things up because their connection was gradually becoming poisonous and unproductive. Now that Whitney's family and Robin don't get along at all, I think that because she's been around for a while, the family would get to know her better, but that didn't happen. I even touched Robin at least twice, and the family didn't want a relationship with her at all. They thought that Robin was destroying their meal ticket, and Whitney couldn't stand up for Robin against her family.
I don't really know. I didn't particularly like her.
What didn't you like?
She just spoke to me, disrespectful sometimes. Like she had something over me, like that. I didn't like that at all.
Would it have bothered you if your daughter, Whitney, was gay?
Absolutely.
It would have bothered you? You would not have liked that?
Not at all.
You wouldn't have condoned it or...
No.
Whitney tried to overcompensate by introducing Robin to this glamorous world, but Kim also claimed that Whitney could be very spiteful and that she once slapped Robin for seeing another woman when they were meant to be together. However, as a child, Robin was doing the same thing, and after being with Whitney for so long, Robin became possessive and felt that her success was Whitney's as well. And it got so bad that she and Robin frequently had heated arguments when she felt disrespected. Kim claims that she left Whitney not just because of her substance abuse, but also because she couldn't get Whitney to stop seeing her family and felt like she was always receiving less than what she deserved. Additionally, Robin waited a little while because she thought that she and Whitney may reunite. But Whitney informed her that despite their deep love, she would never have to choose between her and Bobby. Whitney chose to leave when Robin's self-serving motivations for spending so much time with her persisted. Whitney was already depressed and most likely needed a companion. Whitney was already depressed from the things Bobby was doing to her, but Robin's departure left a deep wound in Whitney's heart, and their relationship never fully recovered. Although Kim Burrell is currently dealing with her own problems, which she should write a book about, fans still think that there may still be some truth to her statement that no one ever believed that this was a match made in heaven. It was doomed from the beginning. She was hired and profited from Whitney's excessive work ethic, while everyone else left when she no longer required access. It's disheartening to see someone so talented and attractive so broken, but do. If you think that Kim Burrell was correct about what she said about Whitney and Robin, please share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, criminals.